Hi, my name is Adriana, and today I would like to talk with you about how I pack for international business trips as a female engineer. So I've seen quite a few packing videos on YouTube. I love packing videos. I love watching them. I love thinking about packing. I am super into packing. Um, but I don't see very many for work trips, and especially female engineer work trips. So I just kind of thought I would talk about some things that are more specific to when you're traveling for work and when you're traveling for engineering work. Um, yeah, so I guess to give a little background on me, I'm a project engineer for a composites materials company. And with them, I've traveled to a couple different places in the US, and I've traveled to Austria. And I actually had another trip to Austria planned for April, and I was going to go to Austria and Scotland, but that obviously got pushed back. And I thought I was going to be able to go in August, but I recently heard from the airline that all flights are canceled, so my trip is going to be canceled for August as well. So I thought this would kind of be a good time for me, just some catharsis on kind of going through how I would have packed for that trip. So that was going to be a 2 week long trip, the first week in Austria and the second week in Scotland. So just kind of give you an idea of a pretty decent example of a trip I'd be packing for. So I want to start with, I guess my number one tip for packing is to write a list. I actually have my list just on a sticky note. I keep it at work with me. While I think of stuff, I write stuff down. It keeps you from overpacking, and it makes you really think about what you need to be bringing. So I would highly suggest making a list a week or two before you actually start packing for this trip. So talking about what I wear actually on the plane. So as you can see, I'm just wearing like a little light jacket. I think it's just good to carry a jacket with you where you go. You never know what it's going to be like, and planes are always cold. But speaking of that, I'm going to take it off now because it's a little toasty for just being inside my house. And then while traveling long flights, the main thing is comfort. I just like to wear like a moisture wicking t-shirt, and then some leggings. These are just Patagonia tights. And then my holy grail of tips for female engineers is, if your company allows you, to try to get some good looking steel toes. So I have these ones. It's from a company called Xena Workwear, and they're a leather shoe with a steel toe. I think they look great. They just look like a regular bootie. They're comfortable. I don't know what else I can say about them. You can see them. They look great. And so I think it's really worked out well for me because I can go out onto the production floor at these different sites and go out to dinner after like the work day is done and not have to change my shoes, not have to pack an extra pair of shoes. So these have been like really, really awesome for me when I'm traveling. So I would highly suggest, if you're a female engineer and you need to wear steel toes at different sites, to look into Xena. I'll have a link for them in the description. I think next I'll kind of go through what I pack in my overhead bin space bag. Oh, and I guess I didn't really mention this. I really like to travel carry-on only. I've had my bag get lost a couple different times when I check it, and it's just not worth the hassle to me anymore. So I try to pack for a carry-on whenever I can. So starting at the top, I just have some sneakers. These are Columbia PFG sneakers that I put like little elastic ties on because I don't like to tie shoes. They're really grungy right now because I took them camping last weekend, but the great thing about these sneakers is that you can just take out the insole and wash them in your laundry, and they usually come out looking pretty good. So I will probably be doing that with these soon, but I took them camping, so they're a little gross. The next pair of shoes I have, and I know it sounds a little extra to bring 3 pairs of shoes for a 2 week trip, but my sneakers are pretty small, and these are really small. These are just a sandal. I think they're the Flip sandal from Crocs. I love these things. Like, they're great for just, they're cute enough to just wear like on their own. You can wear them to like anywhere you wear flip flop. You can use them as a shower shoe. So I bring these with me everywhere I go. I mean, they're super super small, and they look great, and it's nice to have a sandal with you just in case. Another just in case item I have is a towel. Anybody who's read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy knows that like rule number one is to just bring a towel with you everywhere. I don't think you'll ever regret bringing a towel, especially one of these microfiber towels that are so small. But this is the size of like an actual bath towel. So if you're staying in a hostel and you don't want to rent one of their towels, or if they don't provide towels, or you know, it's great for like a picnic blanket. I mean, there's just so many things you can use a towel for that I think it's just worth it to bring it, especially when you can get one that's like such a small form factor. And I guess moving on to toiletries. So I super suggest if you travel more than like once a year to get yourself one of these just like clear zip up quart size bags instead of trying to shove everything in a Ziploc, because then you don't have to worry about stuff tearing. I think this actually holds more stuff than a Ziploc quart bag, but I've never been stopped before. But yeah, I really really suggest getting one of these. I just got a pack of 2 of them off Amazon. It was pretty cheap. I don't want to go through my entire toiletry bag, but just to hit some highlights. Obviously, hand sanitizer is huge, and this is actually something that as soon as I get through security, I actually take this out of this bag and put it in a little purse that I'll show you later. But just to get through security, I put it in this bag. I don't wear a lot of makeup, but if I do decide that I want to do makeup, I just like to do a tinted moisturizer instead of a foundation. It's a lot lighter coverage, so I mean I can put this on and not have to do highlight contour, so it just kind of saves me from bringing a bunch of extra stuff if I do feel like I want to have, you know, a little bit more even complexion or just look a little more fresh. And then I have a set of 3 of these silicone refillable tubes that I use for shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. I just got these from Ulta, but like they're super cute. They're perfect size for me. They're only 2 ounces. You can carry up to 3 ounces, but I've found that 2 ounces usually last me even up to like 4 weeks or a little over a month, because I only wash my hair twice a week. And then I might be a little more limited on the body wash side, but and then I guess my next tip is I always carry detergent with me, because I only like to pack a week's worth of clothes and then kind of wash stuff during the week. So I'll wash like underwear and socks and like some t-shirts and stuff in the hotel sink that I'm staying at, and just use my own detergent. And then that's pretty much all that else is in here that I care to show right now. I'd recommend getting kind of like, you know, travel sizes of makeup you really like, or just, you know, the smaller you can get stuff in, I think the better, and it's easier to travel with. But yeah, so I really really love this bag. I would highly suggest getting one if you travel at all. And then I also have just like another little kind of toiletry bag that I use for deodorant, erasers, some eyeshadow, some lipstick, just some other stuff that doesn't need to go in the TSA bag. And then before I get into clothes, I just want to show kind of like the top of this bag here. So I carry a little elastic belt, because I don't like to wear real belts. And then toothbrush and a little hairbrush, and that kind of covers all of my grooming needs. And then what I want to show you as far as clothes, I love packing cubes, especially compression packing cubes. It keeps everything neat and organized inside your bag, helps, you know, squeeze everything down. So this smaller one is actually part of an Eagle Creek duo set. I gave the larger one to my boyfriend, but I use this one for bras, underwear, socks, so I really don't want to like expose all the inside, but something I do think that is super, super cool and that is female relevant is these bralettes from Patagonia. I don't know about most people, but I hate wearing bras, and these are so comfortable and they pack up so small, and I think they give me enough support, so that works out fine. And then, so like I said, I only pack for a week's worth. So I carry like 7 pairs of underwear. I have 3 pairs of socks in here. I'm wearing another pair of socks. I packed 2 bralettes. I'm wearing one. And then I also pack a sports bra in case there's a chance that, I'll go on a hike or go on a run, or there's a gym or something that I could work out at. And speaking of working out, I do like to carry just like a little pair of athletic shorts. I can use those, like I said, for working out or just for sleeping in. Put that off to the side. And then we get into my large packing cube. So this one, I also got in a set off of Amazon, but it was actually a set of 3. So this is the middle one. There's a larger one and then a smaller one. So this is the one I used to use for like underwear and socks and stuff, but it's still it's just kind of like, I don't know, that much bigger. So I decided to get another one that was just like a little bit smaller, just because this still felt too big for just that, and it was just kind of an awkward in-between size. But I'll still use these from time to time depending on the trip. But I use this medium one most often for the shirts and pants that I'm bringing. So I would bring like 2 pairs of jeans. It's a lot. They're really bulky. They're really heavy. But jeans are one of those things that don't wash in a sink very well. They take forever to dry. Again, they're big, they're bulky. And so if I'm going somewhere for 2 weeks and I'm not sure if I'll have access to a laundry during the weekend, I just like to bring 2 pairs just so I can, have them. And it's nice to have a backup. And then for workwear, I'll work, Monday through Friday. I'll usually travel on like a Saturday, get there Sunday, work Monday through Friday, have a weekend, and then work Monday through Thursday-ish, Friday-ish for the next week. So one of the things that my company does is they provide like kind of polos and pullovers and stuff. So this is one of my company kind of pullovers. It's just so I can pop that over if we're in a colder meeting room. And then I have 3 company polos. They're just kind of generic, just kind of generic tech material polos that I can wear with a pair of jeans. So I have 3 of those that I'll bring. And then I'll also bring 2 kind of nicer blouses. I mean, there's still nothing fancy. It's just like it's just a blouse. and I have another one in purple. It's just good to have options, I guess, for, if you're going to be going out to dinner somewhere and you don't want to be wearing kind of an uglier tech polo. And so that'll cover me for the work week. And then on the weekend, since it's summer, bring a pair of shorts. These are just Patagonia Barely baggies. So they're the shorter inseam baggies, but I found that in this kind of navy blue, you can't really even tell that they're like tech material. They just look like a normal pair of shorts. And since they're such a neutral color, I can wear them with any shirt that I bring and it looks fine. And then, on the weekend, I could wash this shirt as soon as I, get to where I'm going, and then also bring a tank top, again, for working out, for going on a hike, or just for walking around doing touristy stuff. Just a plain gray tank top works just fine for me. And then the bag itself that I use is the REI Big Haul 40 liter. So it's perfect for putting up in the overhead bin. I love the color. I am looking for a crossbody strap for it. Unfortunately, this size doesn't come with the crossbody strap, only the larger sizes do. So it does come with backpack straps that you can use, so you can actually wear this whole bag as a backpack. But I travel with my work backpack, so I usually don't use those. I just carry it by the straps, and it's not like a huge deal for me because on these work trips I'm basically just walking from the plane to the rental car agency, throwing this in a rental car, driving to my hotel, and like dropping it off. So I mean, I think I would have liked to have shown this video with a roller carry-on bag, but I think my sister's borrowing it right now, so I don't have it on me. But I mean, I've traveled with this one before too on one of my Europe trips, so I mean, it gets the job done and it works well. So that's moving on to my work backpack then. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention, I think a raincoat is something that's nice to have. I mean, especially since I was supposed to be going to Scotland, and the UK is known for rain, and I hate rain because I live in the desert. So raincoat, again, is something that you can just kind of shove into any old corner as you're traveling. So this is my work backpack that I use every day. It's just basically looks like a school bag. But, you know, something I do have to bring, obviously, is my work laptop. This is the smallest one my company offers me. So, it's big, it's heavy, and it sucks, but it's my only option. So that's what I work with. And then, like I said earlier, I do carry around like a little purse. So I would take that hand sanitizer, throw it in this purse, and then this purse works pretty well for just kind of throwing like onto the seat next to me on the airplane, so I can keep, you know, some stuff with me that I want to have right there, like that hand sanitizer, some sunglasses, a mask is something I will definitely be traveling with now on a plane. A work phone, my personal phone I'm using to film with, so I'm not going to show you that. I have these little Bluetooth headphones from Jaybird. They're really great. They're tiny. The battery lasts forever. So those just slip in there in case I want to watch movies on my phone. Some keys, my wallet, some gum. I love to travel with gum. And then something that is really important to do on a plane is to apply sunscreen. So when you're traveling up in a plane, you're getting a lot less, or you're being exposed to a lot more UV radiation because it's not being deflected as much by the atmosphere because you're higher up. There's less atmosphere between you and the sun. So it is really, really important to apply sunscreen when you're on a plane. This is just a mineral powder sunscreen, so it just has a little brush on the end, and then you can apply that onto your face a couple times on your flight depending on what time of day you're flying and how long your flight is. So putting all that back, putting it over into my pile of crap. You know, I have a work notebook. Again, it's not my first choice of as far as like weight and form factor goes, but it's what my company issues me, so you just kind of got to work with what you got. The charger for my laptop, and kind of getting into some more of the gadgety kind of fun stuff. Here's the thing that can make this video bookish and actually make it fit into my channel. But I have a Kobo Libra H2O e-reader. So I love this thing. The battery lasts forever, so I don't even really have to worry about, you know, charging it on a 2-week trip as long as I charge it before I leave. So it's nice to have stuff like that where the battery lasts a long time. So you don't have to bring a bunch of extra chargers and stuff because that can be kind of difficult to finagle into your packing list. But yeah, no, this is great. Great form factor. It's waterproof. I have a whole review on it on this channel if you want to check that out. And then I have this little case that I also got off Amazon. If it's still on there, I'll link it below. But it's really nice. It's a little hard case, so it kind of protects everything that's in there and keeps it from getting too smushed. So I have an Amazon Basics cable that has 3 different attachments on it. A micro USB, which is what my e-reader takes. A USB-C, which is what my personal phone takes. And then a Lightning, which is what my work phone takes. So it's nice to just have all those different options. I don't have to charge my work phone every night, and I don't have to charge the e-reader very often, so this would mostly be used in the USB-C, and then just kind of tangentially for other stuff if I need it. And then another kind of holy grail find for me when I first started traveling was this wall charger. So in the US, I can just use it as a regular wall charger, and it has 4 USBs. 2 of them are higher amperage, and then 2 of them are lower. So you can use these for stuff that doesn't need to be charged as fast. I use the first 2 for phones and whatnot. And then it came with a set of different attachments depending on what country you're going to. So this is the EU attachment, which is where I would be going. Although I think the UK has different plugs. I think I also have a UK plug for it somewhere. So I would have to bring that too. So yeah, but I mean, it just has like these little slide-in attachments that work great. Oh. So that all just kind of fits in this little case and keeps it protected and from getting too messed up. And it's nice to be able to see all this stuff right away because it's such a bright, shiny case. Going along with the whole charging theme, I have this Anker battery pack. So this is, I've had this for I think a couple years now. It has a little dial to show you how charged up it is. It's got an input and it's got 2 USB outputs. It has an 18 watt and a 12 watt, so depending on what kind of needs you have, you can use that. I wouldn't necessarily, I'll link this one below, but they have a couple ones that are like smaller form factor and I think are just as many milliamp hours as this one, because like I said, this one's a couple years old now. So they have kind of refined that design a little bit. But yeah, this is one of those things I might upgrade one day, but for now, it works. And then I have the headset. My company went away from real desk phones and all of our calls are run through our laptop, so I have a little company issued headset. And then the last thing I want to show you is my medicine bag. So this is where I keep emergencies, ibuprofen, Pepto-Bismol chewables, and some cough drops. I don't have any in here right now, but there's this vitamin called L-cysteine that I found works really well for me if I'm at these business dinners and we're imbibing. If I take some of those L-cysteines while I'm drinking during dinner, it can really help keep me from not feeling bad the next day. And that's also where the Pepto-Bismol comes in, because most of my hangover symptoms are nausea related. So this is great. So that's all I packed for a, oh, actually, I almost forgot. I also carry a water bottle with me. This is just an Nalgene. They're kind of hard to fill up once you're over in Europe, but it's just something that I like to have while I'm traveling. I drink a lot of water, and I like to have a lot of water available to me. So, okay, I think that's officially it now. That's everything I packed for a 2-week trip to Europe on a business trip. If you agree or disagree with anything I bring, comment down below. If you have any suggestions for stuff I should be bringing, or stuff or different things or better replacements for stuff I have, comment down below. And I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.